Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Sherkamak is back here with another video for you guys. Guys, it is Saturday night, and I'm going to be giving you my game picks for Week 11 of the 2020 NFL season. So let's jump right on into it, guys. First game, we have the 2-6-1 Bengals at the 2-7 football team. Not a game anybody exactly really cares about, but football team really have no one. They're totally banged up. Bengals, offense is kind of nice. Defense is atrocious. Burrow, I mean, he's okay for a rookie, but, you know, he should get better and better as the season goes on. And the Bengals could be a decent future team, but this year is certainly not their year. I thought, they were kind of hanging in there for the first 4 weeks or so. Now they've just totally fallen off the rails. In Washington, I guess but I'm still going to take the Bengals. I think they're the better team. So I'll go Cincinnati here, guys. 27-17. Next game, guys, we have the 3-5-1 Eagles at the 6-3 Browns. This should be an interesting game. So the Browns, I feel like they're always referred to as this team that has a great offense and a terrible defense. But at the same time, their defense has kind of been carrying the past couple of weeks. They beat the Texans, 10-7, I want to say? That was a defensive showdown. The Browns offense didn't do anything, but their defense shut them down. I'm telling you guys, the Browns defense, I know on paper they look absolutely garbage. They're actually pretty good. I think their defense is kind of underrated, to be honest. Eagles, technically, they're in line to make the playoffs because their division is such a pile of crap. Yeah, I think they're in the main run right now. So they're fighting for playoff spots. They need to keep winning, obviously, but they're just simply not a very good team. They have pieces, but I don't really see the Eagles going into Cleveland winning. I do think it's going to be a close game, and I'm kind of curious to see how the Browns do. Their offense has looked flat the past couple of weeks, but we will see what happens. In Cleveland, guys, I'm going to take the Browns here. Again, they know that Baltimore and Pittsburgh are competing closely with them. They know they need to pat these on. I'm going to take the Browns here, guys. Again, when they're motivated, they're hard to stop. I'm going to go with the Browns here. 31-21. I think both defenses will start to flatten out in the second half. Next game, guys, we have the 3-6 Falcons at the 7-2 Saints. So, the Saints, it's been a bad week for them. So, Drew Brees went down last weekend with a rib injury. Looked, decently serious. He'd at least be out for a couple weeks. But then I just found out tonight, he has 11 fractures in his ribs. That is crazy. And I know it's intensified because he's an old guy, delicate, so he may get hurt more easily. But dang, man, that sucks. 11 fractures. That is so many. I mean, jeez, the poor guy. So yeah, obviously no Drew Brees. Falcons, 3-6, they are absolutely awful. I mean, they have some pieces on offense. Their defense is a schoolyard. They need to go in rebuild mode. Saints, so I guess Taysom Hill is going to be the starter. The guy who could not be more multi-dimensional. I think he's going to be the starting quarterback. It's not Jameis Winston for some reason. In New Orleans, while the Saints don't have Drew Brees, they should be able to win this one pretty easily. I'm going to go with the Saints here, guys. 34-20. Next game, guys, we have the 4-5 Lions at the 3-7 Panthers. Lions, 4-5. They're hanging in there, man. Who did they beat last weekend? Was it the Vikings? No. The Vikings beat the Bears. I'm kind of forgetting. The Lions won last weekend on like a game-winning field goal, I think, right? Panthers, 3-7. Yeah, they're trash. Again, another one of those teams, a fluke. They were hanging in there for the first few weeks. Now they've just totally fallen flatly on the road. They're done. Lions, I mean, geez, I guess from a hypothetical perspective, they kind of still have a shot. It seems like they're kind of hot right now. I thought I remember seeing them be like 2 or 3-5. So they've won at least one in a row. So they're motivated to win. The Bears lost to the Vikings. So they're starting to fall off the rails. The Bears are now 5-5. Vikings are hot though. They've improved to 4-5. I don't know. I guess, hypothetically speaking, the Lions are not out of it just yet. I still don't think they're going to go to the playoffs, but the Lions, they're going to go out with a bang, as they say. in Carolina, but again, I think the Lions are the better team here. As long as Stafford stays healthy, and I'm telling you guys, healthy Matthew Stafford is very, very good. Kenny Golladay, I'm pretty sure he's having a pretty good year as usual. I'm going to go with the Lions here. 31-17. I think they're going to be they're going to keep it up, and the Lions are going to take this one. Next game, guys. This is going to be interesting. 4-5 Patriots at the 2-7 Texans. Excuse me. So the Patriots, obviously, getting that win against Baltimore last weekend could not have been more depressing. Texans, absolute garbage. But again, the Texans have had a very tough schedule. Again, they're not a good team, but they have had a really hard schedule. They actually, last week they didn't play badly. Their defense actually played pretty well. Offense couldn't do anything. But their biggest issue is offensive line. Their offensive line is so bad. I was since the Ravens were on Sunday Night Football last weekend, I was taking a look. I was watching that Texans-Browns game. The Texans line gets manhandled literally every play. I know the Browns have Myles Garrett, who's literally a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, but still, that's ridiculous. Fortunately for the Texans, the Patriots' defensive line is terrible besides Lawrence Guy. But anyways, the Texans beat the Patriots last year when they went into Houston. I don't see it happening again, though. The Patriots starting to turn it on, perhaps. I still think they're going to miss the playoffs because their division is actually good this year for a change. But I am going to go with the Patriots here. I think they know, they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're obviously the better team, much better coach. I'm going to take New England here, guys. 24-17. Next game, guys, we have the 9-0 Steelers, the only undefeated team left, at the 1-8 Jaguars. So, Jaguars, first win, week 1 against the Colts. Ever since then, they have lost 8 in a row. Must suck to be a Jaguars fan. After week 1, you're hyped up. I'll say 8 weeks later, you're like, okay, can we start next season, please? Anyways, Steelers, very, very good team. I know they have not had the easiest schedule, but they have not had the hardest schedule, but they are very, very complete. And I do think overall they're kind of banged up. They're starting to slow down a bit because they need a bye week. Every team needs a bye. Every team needs a break. Unfortunately, they still have, I think, 2 more weeks. I think week 13 is now a bye week. They added another week this year because of COVID protocols, at least for bye weeks, and there could be a week 18 depending on how things go. But anyways, week 13, it used to be weeks 4 through 12 are byes. I think it's now weeks 4 through 13. So the Steelers have a bye in week 13, I believe. I think it got moved because of the COVID thing with the Titans or whatever. But anyways, they need a bye, but it's still not going to matter because the Jaguars are absolutely atrocious. Steelers, I think it's going to be reasonably low scoring. Why? I have no idea. But the Steelers defense will have another field day against that terrible Jaguars team, and Roethlisberger will just get the job done. I'm gonna go with the Steelers here, guys. Let's go Pittsburgh, 27-21. So more like moderate scoring as opposed to low. Next game, guys. Oh boy, here we go. In my opinion, the game of the week: 6-3 Titans at the 6-3 Ravens. So first of all, both teams in a bit of a skid right now. Titans got destroyed by the Colts. I know it was only 17 points, but I kind of feel like the Colts dominated in the second half, and they did, really. Ravens taking a loss to the Patriots last weekend, didn't play well whatsoever, especially on the defensive side. Titans are weird this year, man. They have their moments, but they also, lost to the Bengals by a pretty fair amount. And yeah, they did, kind of get destroyed by the Colts at home. Anyways, at the same time, though, that was on Thursday night. They have had 10 days to prepare for us. I guess technically 9 since they had to travel today because they're the away team. But anyways, Titans, man, our old friend, after they ruined all of our hopes and dreams last year. Anyways, not gonna talk about that. Ravens, how are we doing? Not so well. No Brandon Williams, no Calais Campbell, so Derrick Henry is gonna be a problem. At the same time, though, the Titans are not exactly that healthy either. No Kenny Vaccaro, no Adoree Jackson, no Roger Saffold, no Jadeveon Clowney, and most likely no Ben Jones. He is questionable, but I saw that he hasn't practiced all week, so I would find it rather unlikely for him to play. I still could see him playing, but at least Ben Jones will not be fully healthy. So the Titans' offensive line is banged up this year. Of course, lost Jack Conklin. Taylor Lewan's done for the year with a torn ACL. So Saffold and Jones are the strengths of that offensive line. If they're both out, I was hearing today, maybe they'll cancel out since no Williams and Campbell. So maybe it'll cancel out. But regardless, Derrick Henry is going to be a problem. But here's the thing, guys. I think Derrick Henry will do well. He'll probably have, I'm going to go 18 carries for 120 yards. We're not going to stop him. But I think the biggest plays that the Titans are going to get is on play-action plays. Play-action has killed us this year. Absolutely killed us. When the Patriots threw the ball effectively, it was off play-action. They never got a big play out of the shotgun in the passing game. Mostly it was the run, but they killed us with play-action. That's really been the theme the whole year, I feel like. Play action really gives us a hard time. And the Titans run a ton of play action. They'll run stretches, pitches with Henry, and then they'll run a lot of bootlegs, and again, a lot of play action. And my biggest worry is the Titans are going to get a nice, 10 to 15 yard run with Derrick Henry. Next play, they're going to feed him and get 6. They're going to be like, okay, we need to stop him, so we're going to blitz everyone. Then they're going to hit us with the play action, throw it over the top, get a huge gain. That's my biggest worry. They're going to just, play fake everyone out because we're going to overcommit on the run, and then they're just going to throw it right over our heads. That's my biggest fear right now. Derrick Henry is going to be an issue, but I would find it very hard to believe if we only score 12 points again, or even anywhere in that margin. First of all, the Titans' defense is really not good this year. It's regressing significantly, or I should say it's regressed significantly since last year. And again, they're not that healthy. No Adoree Jackson, no Kenny Vaccaro, and I also adding to that, I think the Titans are without Adam Humphries as well, who's actually a decent secondary receiver. We still have to deal with Corey Davis and A.J. Brown, though. Jimmy Smith for the Ravens. He was limited all week. I would say knowing him, he'll probably play, which is good. Because believe it or not, guys, he's been insane this year as a corner. Has a really hard time staying healthy, but he's actually been really good. So we'll need him, and along with Humphrey and Peters to try and stop those receivers. And of course, the biggest issue is Derrick Henry. We'll see what happens, but I'm still going, guys. Play action is my biggest worry out of this. Ravens. I'm telling you guys, we need to feed Gus Edwards. I know I say that a lot, but we need to. I think, fortunately, Harbaugh and just the whole coaching staff are starting to realize that Edwards needs to get more involved. We fed him more against New England when Ingram was back. Edwards, of course, did well. So I think we're starting to figure that out. I'm hopeful Edwards does pretty well. Of course, Dez Bryant getting the call up, so we will see Dez Bryant out in the field tomorrow. Very, very likely we see him more than 2 snaps like we saw him against Indianapolis, which is always good. I'm hopeful that he gets some targets, hopefully some catches. We'll see what happens, but I like to see that. The Ravens need to establish a passing attack, man. Again, Titans, secondary's banged up besides Kevin Byard. No Kenny Vaccaro, no Adoree Jackson. So we really need to get it going. Our offense has been slumping this year, not remotely as good as it was last year, and it doesn't need to be that magnitude every year, but it does need to be better for sure. We're like bottom rank in the league right now in offense, and I know we have so much talent, but we're really having a hard time executing, and it's bringing me back to the 2016 through 2018 Ravens, where our defense is excellent, but it breaks down and gets injury issues when it's on the field a lot, and our offense can't do anything. So offense needs to get back on track. Guys, I've gone back and forth with this all week. Gonna have to take the Titans just because the Ravens, no Brandon Williams, no Calais Campbell down the trenches. That's a big issue. Stopping Derrick Henry is hard enough, but without your top 2 run stuffers, really gonna have a rough game. So, guys, I'm going to have to take the Titans here. I think the Ravens have a great chance, but I'm going to take the Titans here. 31 to 28 Titans on a game-winning field goal. Titans win 31-28. Another heartbreaking loss for Baltimore. And then we have to play Pittsburgh. Terrific. Next game, guys, we have, sorry, my schedule just disappeared. I think we got the Dolphins is it the Broncos? Sorry, guys, I'm just loading my schedule on again here. It disappeared. Dolphins at the Broncos. 6-3 Dolphins, hello, at the 3-6 Broncos. Dolphins, whoa, where did they come from? They're actually kind of good. And if I recall correctly, they haven't had exactly the easiest schedule of all time. They beat the Rams. Who did they beat last week? I gotta be honest, I forget. But the Dolphins are not terrible. Of course, Tua Tagovailoa is getting a lot of hype, and I'm not even gonna say he's overrated yet, but he hasn't really been doing that much. But again, he's getting the job done. I still feel bad for my man Ryan Fitzpatrick, but it is what it is. So yeah, Tua's again doing his job. Broncos, yeah, they're done. I actually think the Broncos are a decent team, but injuries, oh my god, it's their kryptonite. They can't stay healthy to save their lives. Drew Lock, I don't know if he's even healthy right now, but they lost Cortland Sutton for the year. Obviously, that was a huge loss. Yeah, the Broncos are so banged up. Von Miller, of course, was out for, I think, like the whole year. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, it's just they can't stay healthy. It's ridiculous. Anyways, Broncos, they're done. 3-6. The Dolphins, they need to keep their streak going. I think that they have a shot, and they understand that the Patriots are still a threat to them. They need to maintain that second place in the AFC. Jeez, I'm not good with my divisions. AFC East, I want to say, with the Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, and Jets. But anyways, Dolphins need to keep it going, but I actually am going to take the Broncos in an upset here. I know it sounds weird, but Broncos, they're at home. Yes, they're banged up, but they're a battling team. Locke is an underdog. We all know Locke needs to step it up, and as predicted, he's way overhyped, but he has a shot. I'm going to take the Broncos in an upsetting fashion here, 17-13 over the Dolphins. Don't ask me why, but I feel a Broncos upset. 17-13 Denver. Next game, guys. Oh my god, what is this? We have the 0-9 Jets at the 2-7 Chargers. Yeah, one of the most interesting games of all time, eh? So yeah, the Chargers, terrible. The Jets, schoolyard team, worst team in the NFL. Not going to spend much time talking about this, guys. We all know both teams suck. Chargers, the Chargers, they have their moments, but they're not good at all. It's in LA, so I guess I'll take the Chargers. 30-23. Again, not a game anybody really cares about, but I guess I'll just take the Chargers, because why not? Next game, guys, we have the 2-7 Cowboys and the 4-5 Vikings. Man, kind of some mediocre late games this week. So, Cowboys 2-7, they're done. Injuries again plaguing them. Vikings got off to one of the worst starts I can ever remember. They're starting to turn it on. They went into Green Bay and won. They went into Chicago and won. I don't think they played very well against the Bears, but hey, they got the win on the road. So the Vikings are starting to turn it on here. Again, they know that they still have a slim chance, and they need to their playoffs start now. I know it's only week 11, but they can't lose more games. They need to win out, in my opinion. So let's see. So the Bears are falling off in that division. They are 5-5 now, so they really need to get their act together, or they're going to be out. Packers are essentially guaranteed to win the division, but then you got the 4-5 Lions who are creeping around there as well. That division's going to be really interesting. Second place, I'm really curious to see who takes second place right now. I would say the Bears, but they're in a skid. They're really in a skid right now. It's mostly because their defense is excellent, but their offense is so bad that their defense breaks down. You know, it happens. Anyways, it's in Minnesota. Again, Vikings know that they need to win. I'm going to take the Vikings here. Again, Cowboys, incredibly banged up. Not any good this year. I'm going to go with the Vikings. 31-17. All right, I'm just going to make sure I covered all of the 1 o'clock and 4:25 Eastern Time games. Looks like I did. All right, Sunday Night Football game, guys. Big revenge game, perhaps. 8-1 Chiefs and the 6-3 Raiders. This should be a good game. Raiders are surprising me. They're actually pretty good. Again, offense is excellent. Defense, actually, apparently they're not bad. I keep saying they are. Again, a defense that literally has no one, but they find a way to get the job done. So, fair game, I guess. But of course, if you look at this on paper, you say, oh, God, the Chiefs are going to smoke them. The Raiders have a habit of giving the Chiefs a little bit of a hard time. Not nearly as bad as the Chargers, who are the Chiefs' kryptonite, but the Raiders, first of all, they went into Arrowhead this year and won. That was pretty impressive. The Chiefs did not have any injuries, anything, at least that I know of. So, yeah, that was pretty impressive for the Raiders. But that's the thing about the Raiders. I feel like they have these weird upset wins, and then in other games, they'll get absolutely walloped. But I think they're better than they've ever been since 2016. 2016, they were very good. It's just they fell short when Carr got hurt. The Raiders are a good team. I've been thinking that they've been underrated for a while, especially Derek Carr. Can't stand John Gruden, but he's actually a pretty damn good coach, and he has his moments. And I don't know, guys. The Raiders are actually decent. Even a little bit better than decent, and they definitely have second place in that division. But I guess it's just catch-up now with the Chiefs. But they're not catching up to Kansas City. No way. So the Chiefs, big revenge game for them. Got a huge upset earlier this year when they were at home. Now they're going to L.A. So who's going to win this one? I got to go with the Chiefs. I can't see the Raiders sweeping the Chiefs. That seems a little unreasonable, right? It could happen. I could see it happening. But at the same time, the Chiefs, again, very well-rounded team, 8-1, just absolutely red hot. You know, I wonder, what was the Chiefs' one? Oh, there you go. Their one loss was to the Raiders. So they know they want to erase. They want to not think about that loss as much as they can. They know the Raiders give them a hard time. But although the Chiefs are on the road, I do think the Chiefs are going to take this one. Again, much better all-around team. And as good as the Raiders are, they're not going to win this one. I can't see them sweeping the Chiefs. I can't. I'm going to go with the Chiefs here, guys. In a shootout, 34-31. It should be a great high-scoring game. Both defenses will collapse. Last game, guys. This is our Monday Night Football game. This should be a good game as well. 6-3 Rams at the 7-3 Bucks. Rams hanging in there. I feel like a lot of guys, a lot of people anyways, were saying that the Rams were going to fall off. Haven't done it yet. They did just beat Seattle at home as well. So the Rams are turning it on. Actually, I shouldn't say turning it on. They're staying hot, I'll say. Bucks, 7-3. Got off to a little bit of a slow start against Carolina last weekend. Exploded as the game went on. So they're doing pretty well. Their defense, man, it's so inconsistent. It has its dominant moments, its excellent moments, and then it just lays an egg at the other moments. Laid an egg to New Orleans. They didn't play overly well to start last week's game, but again, they turned it on, shut down Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, but then the Saints, Drew Brees, torched them on both meetings. Week 1, Brees torched them. Week 8, Week 9, Brees torched them. So, their defense is inconsistent. Anyways, the Rams, I don't know. I could see the Rams giving the Bucs defense a hard time because the Rams run a lot of stretches and bootleg play-action plays. The Bucs pass defense is not very good. Run defense is excellent. Best front seven in the league, I'd say. I mean, I couldn't. The names are endless. Ndamukong Suh, Shaquille Barrett, Vita Vea, Jason Pierre-Paul, Levante David, Devin White. It doesn't get better than that. Their secondary's trash, and a lot of their big plays have come on the pass. And again, their run defense does break down when they're on the field so much. Just because, sometimes some teams run more than others, some teams don't. But the Rams, I could see them giving a hard time. The Rams' offense, this year it's better. Last year their offense was not good. We saw a huge regress, but they gave the great defenses a hard time. Week 16 against the Niners, tore them up. The Niners probably had the best defense in the league last year, if it wasn't the Steelers. But the Rams tore them up. And I know that might be off topic, but the Rams' offense is pretty good. Defense is not, unfortunately. I mean, at least for their sake. Besides Aaron Donald, and I know Aaron Donald is so good, their defense isn't that good. Jalen Ramsey, I feel like he's fallen off the rails, got to a red-hot start this year. I haven't heard his name since. And he's not a bad corner, and I think he's a pretty good man-to-man guy, but he can only do so much, and I just simply think he's really overrated. And again, Jalen Ramsey, he can cover one guy, he can't cover three. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, yeah, the Rams don't have a chance on defense. But their offense is good, so again, I'm going with another shootout here, guys. Both defenses are, the Bucs defense is good, too inconsistent. Rams defense isn't that good. Both offenses are very good, especially the Bucs. At home, I am going to take the Bucs here, though. I think they're, again, better all-around team. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay here, guys. Let's go Tampa Bay, 34-27, but it should be a very good game. And guys, that is going to do it for my game picks for Week 11 of the 2020 NFL season. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like in the video and subscribe to my channel if you are new. And I am out. Peace out. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Go Ravens, and I'll see you guys tomorrow after the game.